Now, when it comes to stuffing an engine into a project vehicle, everybody knows that the two main choices are small block Ford, small block Chevy, because they're plentiful, they're affordable, and you can get some serious power out of them. But when GM came out with the LS platform, well, that took the small block Chevy to a whole nother level. And that prompted engine builder Jon Kaase to take the small block Ford to a whole nother level, a P38 level.
This is a project that really I started thinking about it in the 70s. But, you know, about 6 or 8 years ago, we actually built the patterns for it. We've been testing it for a while. You know, a short story is it's sort of a Cleveland canted valve type head in a Windsor package.
Now, obviously, you can have Kaase build you a complete crate engine, and that's great. But if you're on a little tighter budget, or if you have an existing engine that you like, the real magic is in these P38 heads that you can pick up for about $2,500, completely dressed, and bolt them right down on your 302 or your 351. Now, I know some of you guys are looking at this going, man, $2,500? What makes these so much better than all the thousands of other small block heads out there? Because there are cheaper heads. Well, let's take a look. To increase flow, the head was designed to fit canted valves that are seated deeply into the head. By angling the valves this way, it allows the fuel to dump toward the center of the cylinder, and the deeper bowls allow the valve to open more. All of this results in more flow and more power.
Really, in the last 20 years, racing head people have figured out pretty well that, you know, they like to move the intake valve away from the cylinder wall, and canted valves are a little better than a true wedge, where as they open, they go away from the cylinder wall. And those are some of the things that we did to that head. You can make a lot of airflow with a cylinder head that's in the original valve locations, but when it comes time for real life running, if the valve's in a different location, the air and the fuel do things that are better. And, you know, there's ways to make more power other than just real huge flow numbers.
Now, you can get these heads bare so you can build them yourself, or fully dressed with valves and springs and studs and guide plates and everything. The best part is all of your stock intake manifolds, headers, and accessories will bolt right to these heads.
Well, we've done the boss, the P51, which is our cover jet head, and it was time for the little brother. So we were looking for a small block head that we can use in different applications, much like the other cylinder heads, and give everybody a lot of options of what they can do with it.
We've had them on 440-inch motors. We've had them on 302-inch motors, done testing with those. You know, some of them are short deck, some of them are high deck. As long as the manifold fits, you know, they'll really fit anything.
However, there is one modification that you will have to make. Because of the canted valves, you're going to have to slightly modify the valve reliefs in your existing pistons or put in new pistons to clear the valves. So, how good are they? Well, on this cross-rammed small block 427 crate engine, they pulled in 618 horsepower and an astounding 623 foot-pounds of torque. But that's a Kaase crate engine with a lot of aftermarket stuff on it. What if we bolted them on a stock 1987 302 that came out of a junkyard and just added a mild cam? So you put your heads on it,
Right.
Intake, cam,
Right.
and just pulled 504.
504? Yeah.
No way!
Yeah.
And you've been turning what kind of RPMs did you say?
75.
We've gone to 7,500, yeah.
And just how many dyno runs have you done?
This thing's probably got
Yeah, we've used it for years.
well
Yeah.
over 100 now.
100 dyno runs at 7,000 RPM.
Oh, yeah.
Great Scott!
The result is an amazing 516 horsepower and almost 400 foot-pounds of torque.
Great Scott!
Since all of Kaase's stuff is built and tested right in-house, you know you're going to get parts that work, whether it's just a set of heads you need or a full-on crate engine. So, if you've got a project and you want to put a Ford engine in it that's capable of outrunning this 57 LS-powered Corvette, well, you're going to need something that runs like a lightning, like a P-38 Lightning.